KCBS. Thank you, Holly. For people who need a heart transplant, the amount of time spent waiting for a suitable donor greatly affects their chances of survival. KCBS's Kathy Novak reports a new approach to heart surgery could drastically cut down on wait times for those patients. The technique is known as donation after cardiac death, and it involves keeping the donor heart pumping outside the body instead of relying on a donor who is declared brain dead. UCSF is one of just a handful of places in the country using this method, which opens up more options for patients, explains Assistant Professor of Cardiac Surgery, Dr. Amy Fiedler.
The wait list time is significantly shorter, and that's because not many centers in the country are providing this type of transplant option for their patients, and so these donors are largely underutilized in a heart transplant pool.
Dr. Jason Smith, Surgical Director of the Heart Transplant and Mechanical Circulatory Support Programs at UCSF, says it has proven successful here and abroad.
Eventually every successful technology gets distributed widely, and I think ultimately this will become an element in every program across the country.
Tune into As Prescribed at 1:30 p.m. to hear more. Kathy Novak, KCBS. And As Prescribed is sponsored by UCSF.
As many as 20,000 people are expected to experience homelessness in San Francisco at some point this year. And according to the city's latest estimate, for every one person housed courtesy of a city program, 4 more will lose their housing. The Chronicle reports these figures are part of the city's full point-in-time count set to be released today. That count did find a 3.5% drop over 3 years in the number of homeless people counted in one night in the city. The tally went from 8,035 unhoused people in 2019 to 7,754 this year.
KCBS News Time 7:35. We are just over 2 minutes away from your next traffic update.
Here we go again. Another special interest ballot proposition. This time, it's Prop 27.
Prop 27 was written and funded by big out-of-state gambling corporations to allow a massive expansion of online sports gambling.
Prop 27's promoters every cell phone, every tablet, and every laptop in California into a gambling device.
While 90% of the profits would go to the out-of-state gambling.
The solution to addiction and homelessness.
Are you kidding me?
Right? Just like we were told the lottery would take care of school funding in California.
The fact is, Prop 27 is just designed to benefit its corporate promoters at the expense of Californians.
Please join our broad statewide coalition, which includes more than 50 Indian tribes across California. Vote no. 27.
Stop the corporate online gambling prop.
Ad paid for by Yes on 26, No on 27. Coalition for Safe Responsible Gaming, sponsored by California Indian Tribes. Committee major funding from Federated Band of Indians.
I'm Liam Mason, KCBS Foodie Champ in Occitania. Chef Paul Canales.
The only thing I knew about Occitan was L'Occitan, the soap company. I'm like, well, what is that? And it's in Provence. Well, then I find this ancient linguistic region that encompasses the bit of Catalan, the whole west side of the south of France, up to Bordeaux, including the Perigord, so we love black truffles, going across just below Lyon over to the tip of the Piedmont region of Italy, down, including Provence, all the way over to the Languedoc. I have all the perfect growing seasons for the Bay Area, all the things we love to eat, and everything we want to do, and so that's what pulled me in.
All the info you need to know at kcbsradio.com and click on Foodie Champ. Foodie Champ is presented by Trimark, partnering with independent restaurateurs in Northern California for over 55 years. Trimark brings you innovative product solutions to help your hospitality business thrive. TrimarkWest.com.
Nature Valley has helped restore access to 10,000 miles of national park trails, and we're on our way to restoring even more, because every mile is a new memory. Life happens out there. Nature Valley.
KCBS News Time 7:38. Traffic and weather sponsored by Water Heaters Only this time around. Kim Wonderly is in your local Honda dealer's traffic center, and she's watching the roads for us. To settle down a bit, we are looking at that stalled boat trailer around about the mid-span area. It's a kind of narrow right shoulder, and it looks like traffic is definitely slowing. In fact, back from the toll plaza, we're seeing pockets of slowing up to the scene, so they may be dealing with removing that. It had not been blocking a lane, but eventually a tow truck is probably going to take up that road, get that out of the way. So slow. San Mateo Francisco Bridge reaching the peninsula. Once you do reach 101, traffic's beginning to fill in. This is just normal commute traffic anymore from Highway 92 in pockets as you make your way up toward Burlingame. The Bay Bridge. In fact, we're backed up a little bit beyond the MacArthur interchange on all three approaches, just slow at the metering lights. Interstate 80 is also filled in from the Hercules area. It's on again, off again, slow traffic basically down to Albany Hill. And the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge has become quite crowded indeed, trying to get there. Now we're backed up solid from Harbor Way. This is mostly stop and go out to the toll plaza. Your next update, 7:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We are in the midst of a cool down. We had a flex alert. It may not even get into the 90s in the inland area. So here's the forecast. The clouds burning back to the coast. Highs oceanside 60s, 70s to 80s around the bay and near 90 inland. Mostly clear this evening with clouds increasing overnight. Fog, but lows in the 50s. And tomorrow it will be even cooler with inland temperatures probably reaching no higher than the mid-80s. Weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Running out of might be time for a new water heater. Visit waterheatersonly.com and get 0% deferred interest up to 24 months. Quick service, friendly local technicians. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply. It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on
At Fisher, we're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our...
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other... .com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to scam shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan. That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting us in the front row. That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 for the value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our price lock guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for top excellent.
Getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expense. Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits, sales tax, and regulatory fees included in your Max's monthly price. Price lock guarantees free price. Talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
KCBS News Time, 7:42.
A Los Angeles man is pleaded not guilty to a battery charge stemming from it's in a San Francisco 49ers. Brian Cifuentes claims he was acting in self-defense. Prosecutors say the fight started after Oakland restaurant owner Daniel Luna approached a group of people outside the stadium. Cifuentes allegedly slugged Luna, knocking him to the ground with his head hitting the pavement. Luna was in a medically induced coma for a month after the fight. This happened on January 30th during the Rams versus 49ers matchup to determine who would go to the Super Bowl, a game the Rams eventually won.
KCBS News Time, 7. Apparently it pays to be a Big Ten school. We'll find out why in sports coming up in just 2 minutes. The sleep experts at Sleep Number Beds offer another tip to help you sleep more soundly. Turn off your devices before bedtime. Blocking out blue light exposure an hour before you go to bed is key, but also having the right bed can really help. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed is the one that helps me. My Sleep Number setting is still 50, and that provides the perfect support for me, a side sleeper. Sister 360 smart bed technology. Enjoy 28 minutes of more restful sleep per night. That's up to 170 hours per year. Now it's time for Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year, where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed for a limited time, only at Sleep Number stores or at sleep.com. Sleep Number is the official sleep and wellness partner of the National Football League. Sleep Number stores are in Walnut Creek, right next to the vitamin shops at the corner of Mount Diablo and Locust. Also in Petaluma, right across East Washington Street from Target Shopping Center, just next to FedEx. Tell them Kim Wonderly sent you.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccups. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Granger, we're here for you. Experienced branch staff at over 250 locations, so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgranger.com. Stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples has every school. You'll be ready to move forward with all your school printing from Staples.
Okay, class, your first is behind ours for your desk assignment. Class,
We can't read yet.
Don't worry, they'll get there. Now get 30% off school-related prints when you spend $25. This year, go forward to school with Staples. In-store only, exclusions apply. One coupon per customer ends 8/27. Visit staples.com/school-printing for coupon and requirements.
7:45.
And that is time to check sports. Let's head over to Bruins and standings.
But yeah, it is a big money day for, as you mentioned, are leaving the Pac-12 behind after this year. As today, the Big Ten announced the largest media rights deal in college sports history. It's a 7-year deal with Fox, CBS, NBC, Peacock, and also FS1. There's going to be some streaming involved, and it is worth between $7 and $8 billion. But there are also escalators in the deal for possible expansion that could push the deal up to $10 billion. That's even adding USC and UCLA. Big Ten looking to expand to as like Notre Dame, Oregon, Washington, Cal, and Stanford among the rumored targets, though not all of those Pac-12 schools would likely make the jump unless Notre Dame was definitely out. There's a lot of money to consider here. Each school initially is going to continue to earn about $60 million a year during the first 2 years, but then by 2025, is going to jump to $100 million a year per school. That is a lot to consider if you're a program like Cal and Stanford and you get that offer. The expansion west with USC and UCLA, that also means the Big Ten will be the only conference in college sports to play in the 3 largest media markets in the country, New York, LA, and Chicago. So a lot happening in college football. As far as local baseball, the San Francisco Giants 5-game win streak coming to an end with a 3-2 loss to the Diamondbacks. They'll wrap up that series later this afternoon at 12:45. And the Oakland A's have won a pair of games in a row after beating the Rangers 7-2 last night. Oakland and Texas will wrap up their series later this morning at 11:05. From the Sports Desk, Joe Hughes, KCBS.
Thanks, Joe. The KCBS Sports is sponsored by the Bay Area Chevy Dealers. Visit BayAreaChevroletDealers.com.
These days, one of life's greatest pleasures is being rediscovered. The joy of walking. We're finding our sanity outdoors. Take a hike among the old-growth redwoods at Muirwood and stand in awe of their majesty. Or go for a walk around Angel Island and revel in the stunning views and historic places. In the Bay Area, our walks are world-class and the ideal antidote for these trying. But to appreciate everything the Bay Area has to offer, you'll need comfortable shoes. The Walk Shop in Berkeley has assembled a great-looking collection of beautifully designed footwear created to enhance the joys of walking. And the Walk Shop's expert staff will help you find the shoe that's exactly the right fit. Hiking and walking shoes that combine style, craftsmanship, and discover the Walk Shop, 2120 Vine Street, Berkeley. Footwear for people who love to walk.
San Francisco Opera is celebrating 100 years of artistry and innovation with a season full of musical experiences starting September 9th. Come and celebrate. Visit sfopera.com for tickets. Mendocino County, from cozy wine
To roam and rediscover tranquility.
Traffic and weather sponsored by Visit Mendocino County. Let's begin with those roads. Kim Wonderly is helping you this morning. And no major incidents right now, Melissa, but boy, there is plenty of slow traffic, and we really are seeing the traffic patterns start to change once schools open. Boy, it gets heavy, like looking at Highway 4. Now, there was a problem earlier on westbound 4 over by Harbor with a crash, but traffic here pretty solid approaching Love Ridge. There's bouts of go all the way out toward Bay Point, and everything finally loosens up by the time you get to the Concord side of Willow Pass. Pulling in from Olivera Road down to the 680 merge. 680 is still a bit under the speed limit as you head toward Walnut Creek, starting to loosen a bit around North Main Street. It's not as solid, but it's definitely slower than it normally had been. Bay Bridge is backed up east of the MacArthur Maze on all three approaches. Interstate 80, look at this from Rodeo now. We're seeing brake lights again. Bouts of slow and go most of the way into Berkeley, and the Richmond San Rafael Bridge getting here with a backup. It's solid from Harbor. This is stop and go out to the toll plaza. Once you're over the water, you look fine the rest of the way to Marin. And the KCBS Waze Force reported that in Marin, right around Freitas Parkway, there was a fender bender. It's off to the side of South 101 near the truck scales, but traffic is already